So taking a look at exact track 4D radar, nothing for us to track in Southeast Georgia, Northeast Florida at this point. And as I mentioned, we won't be dealing with rain again until the afternoon tomorrow. So take a look. Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have some cloud coverage, partly cloudy skies and mostly cloudy skies in some areas for Southeast Georgia and Northeast Florida. But as we look at noon, that's when we're going to see the beginning of some of the clouds beginning to develop vertically, and storms are going to roll in. That'll go from noon until about 2 p.m. is when it begins. And then they will begin to push west as we have a wind coming from the east, moving into that I-10, I-75 corridor between 5 and 6 p.m. Then those storms will move out and dissipate. We're pleasant for the rest of Monday evening. So from 9 p.m. until midnight, everything will be good and clear, and you can do an evening walk if you'd like. Tuesday, we will have rain chances, but they're actually going to drop. Taking a look right now, temperatures are in the low 80s along the coast, in the low 80s, upper 70s across the board for Southeast Georgia, Northeast Florida, and the winds are calm. However, our rip current risk, that is moderate along the entire coast for Georgia and all the way through Jacksonville and Orlando. Keep this in mind. It's going to intensify more the closer Hurricane Erin gets to us. Temperatures will stay mild in the upper 70s overnight, so you'll probably still need to use the air conditioning. And thunderstorms are likely tomorrow. Now, along the coast from Southeast Georgia down through Northeast Florida, we're looking at about 1/100th to 1/10 of an inch of accumulation for the beaches. But just a little further inland, closer to the river and I-95, we're looking at accumulation of rain closer to about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch over the next 2 days. Along I-10 from Lake City to Jacksonville, you're looking at 1/4 of an inch, and our highest accumulations will be for Gainesville at about 3/4 of an inch over the next 48 hours. Our temperatures are at 91 is our average, and that is close to where we are, slightly above on a couple of days, but overall not too extreme. Now, taking a look at the tropics, we still have a 10% chance for this low pressure development that is closer to the Atlantic, but will likely not affect any of us and to simply move out northeast, so it'll be more of a fish storm. But look at this area of orange butted up against Hurricane Erin. It actually has increased to a 40% chance of developing into a system over the next 7 days. And that is the one I'm more concerned about even than Hurricane Erin. First, let's take a look at Hurricane Erin. You can see as of the 8 p.m. advisory, the location moving at west-northwest 13 miles per hour, and the pressure's at 946 millibars. We should have an update coming in soon with the winds consistently at 125 miles per hour. Now, we've seen this system, we've seen Hurricane Erin shift from a Category 2 to a Category 3 to a Category 4, back down to a Category 3. It's expected to become a Category 4 again, shifting headed north. Actually, it's going to make that turn, it's going to make that curve, and during the time that it is shifting is when we'll start to see the impact indirectly when it comes to the waves off the coast. Now, as it shifts back into a Category 2, it could potentially downgrade back down to a 3 by Wednesday, moving through, continuing to the northeast, downgrading to a Category 2 by Thursday afternoon. But this changes consistently as it moves, but it will definitely likely shift north and then curve heading northeast. So we take a look at the cloud and the wind swath overall for this forecast. We're going to have tropical storm-like winds that will still be further off the coast from us, which is why the main impact we're going to be dealing with will be the waves at the beaches, which will be a big deal. But some of those tropical storm winds will be impacting areas of the Carolinas and along the northeast as well, as you see it moving through past Bermuda and then headed northeast. It'll also be impacting areas like Puerto Rico. So here's the wave forecast. On Monday, we're looking at waves about 3 to 5 feet, almost standard to some extent. But look how as Hurricane Erin gets closer to us as it's headed west-northwest and then shifting into that bend to go north, look at the increase in the wave forecast on Tuesday. 4 to 7 feet. Then look how it increases even further Tuesday, Wednesday. We're now up to 5 to 9 feet on Wednesday evening, and then further out 10 to 11 feet. So we will see the impact. The rip currents will become high risk, and it is important that you stay out of the ocean over the next week. The two long-term models, GF and Euro, are still agreeing on the path for Hurricane Erin as it makes that turn and then shifts northeast once it passes Bermuda and then continuing northeast. Now, take a look at this system. The GFS and the Euro are not agreeing on exactly where it's going to go. This is the one that has a 40% chance probability of developing. Now, let's watch as it moves through. You see here the GFS has it shifting actually up our coast long term. This is August 27th, whereas the Euro has it shifting more of a curve going north, northwest, and then shifting north towards Bermuda. So this is something we're going to have to continue watching and see when at what point the models will start to align for that disturbance. It's only at a 40% chance right now, but long-term models are showing it will likely develop into a tropical storm and maybe even a hurricane. In the meantime, as we watch that back here at home, we're going to start the morning out in the mid to upper 70s across the board. Highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, low 90s. And here's a quick look at my 3-day and 7-day forecast for you. Tomorrow, 50% chance for rain, but it drops down from there. Tuesday, 30%, 40% chance Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, a 60% chance for storms, and Saturday, 70% chance and 20% chance on Sunday.